Now on Just One Station, new video of a shooting that landed a rapper behind bars here in South Florida. He goes by Pooh Shiesty, and now the rapper.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so let's talk about Pooh Shiesty, man. So Pooh Shiesty is in the news this morning, man, because they just released the footage of the shootout that Pooh Shiesty was allegedly in back in October. Now, for those of you who don't know or don't even remember, back in October of 2020, Pooh Shiesty was a wanted man. They were looking for Pooh Shiesty because they said that he was involved in a shootout, and it was in a place called Bay Harbor Island in Florida. Now, I'm not too familiar with that area, but I'm guessing it's in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area because that is a news source that's reporting on this primarily, right? Now, in the news story that was released, there's a lot of crazy details, and when we look at the footage, you're gonna see that this thing played out like a scene from Miami Vice. I mean, it was really on some crazy movie type stuff, man. Now, before we get into the specifics and get into this footage, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got all that out of the way, man, so let's talk about Pooh Shiesty just a little bit. Now, for some of you who don't know or just ain't been paying attention to the rap game, Pooh Shiesty is one of the hottest new rappers in the game, period. He's got a song called Back in Blood that he's featuring none other than Lil Durk. And it's a certified hit on the Billboard. I mean, it's been on there for a couple of weeks. Pooh Shiesty and his little homeboy Big 30, or man, I think they're the same age. But man, these are two of the new hottest rappers in the game from Memphis. You are gonna hear a lot from them from time to come, man, and in the future, man. Gucci Mane signed Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano, and all he has to do is sit back and collect the money, man. Because Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty are on fire right now, and Pooh Shiesty is the #1 artist coming out of 1017. Now, he hails from Memphis, Tennessee, and man, dude is, man, as far as artist goes, as far as street cred and stuff, he's got a lot of it. But he ran into a situation back in October, man, that got him into a little bit of trouble. So this is the news story. So according to the news source there in Florida, they say there's newly released surveillance video that offers a new view of a shootout in the parking lot of a Bay Harbor Island condominium that police said involved rapper Pooh Shiesty and left 2 men injured. Now, on October 9th, an incident featured over $500,000 in exotic cars and the Memphis rapper. But what unfolded in broad daylight was no music video. The footage shows a McLaren sports car, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach, and another Mercedes pulling into a parking lot of the condo located on East Bay Harbor Drive condo parking lot. Now, the men inside the vehicle eventually got out and met, but moments after they get out of the vehicle, and you're gonna see this in the video, moments after they get out of the vehicle, you're gonna see a dude in a white shirt seen holding a pistol and a dude in a black sweatshirt, and you'll see them both brandish their guns and start letting loose, man. It's a pretty crazy scene. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play part of the news clip from the local news down there in Florida, and they're gonna give you a little bit of the explanation and show you the footage. So man, after you check out the footage, come back for my commentary.
Broad daylight bullets, 2 hit, over $500,000 in exotic cars. All of it on surveillance video obtained exclusively by 7 News from October in ultra-quiet Bay Harbor Islands.
I got that night because I'm fine.
And it involves a recording artist, Pooh Shiesty, except unlike this clip, what happened here was no music video. The footage shows a McLaren sports car, Mercedes Maybach, and another Mercedes pull into this East Bay Harbor Drive condo parking lot. Men from the vehicles eventually get out and meet, and then this. The man in the white shirt has a pistol. The man in the black sweatshirt has a longer gun, and at about the same time, they begin firing before retreating back to the Maybach. The fancy getaway cars speed off, and one of 2 victims then hobbles to the car.
Skyforce 836.
The victims ended up at Aventura Hospital with injuries. But back to the scene for a moment. Police say the famous rapper was in that McLaren.
Okay, now as you've seen in the news clip there from the local news down there in Florida, it basically showed, man, a crazy scene. Like I said, it was like a scene out of Miami Vice or something. That I have never seen so many high-profile cars, super expensive cars, in a crime situation like this, man. This is some movie stuff, to be real, to be honest. Now, the police and the prosecutors, they're actually alleging that Pooh Shiesty was in the McLaren, but you saw from the footage that, man, the two gunmen, they actually jumped out of the Maybach, and then they went back to the Maybach. You know what I mean? So I don't know how Pooh Shiesty's name got involved in this so heavily. Maybe because he's the rap artist and it sells more headlines or whatnot, but his involvement in the situation seems limited at most. You know what I mean? Now, the two people who were shot, they actually went to a hospital called Aventura Hospital, and you heard that based on that report. But also, man, the crazy part about it is this shooting took place in broad daylight, and it was right across the street from Town Hall, man. So they just didn't care. So I'm wondering, was it a situation where they pulled up and knew they were going to start shooting regardless? And, you know, the whole sneaker deal and all that was just a ruse? Because, I mean, there is no way they could have had a complaint about price or something that quick. I mean, how is this a botched deal when they barely even had time to make any type of dealings? Now, the report goes in further detail by saying this. It said Shiesty, now they mean Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, surrendered to police days later. He was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and armed battery. Now, police named another suspect in their affidavit that said both men have since left the state in a private jet. Detectives are using photos posted to Instagram showing the hip-hop artist with an assault rifle and cash as part of their case. Police said that the shooting happened when one of the victims tried selling high-end sneakers and an illicit substance. So let's unpack some of that. So they're using Pooh Shiesty's Instagram account and a lot of the pictures that he posted, including pictures with weapons, as evidence against him in this case. And they're using his friend's Instagram and social media pages as well. So that goes to show that, man, anything you post on social media is fair game for everybody, man. I mean, when you sign your user agreement, you already know that, man, that anything on social media can be used by the company or any private or public entity for whatever use that they can, man. So it's a crazy slope, man, or should I say it's a slippery slope when you're a rap artist, especially when you have a street persona, because I can't think of any artist with a street persona right now in their raps that doesn't post pictures with weapons and stuff like that. It's almost like a mandatory. But, man, I think as these cases start to come out more, you're going to see a lot less of that because cats are not going to want to be getting hemmed up. Because what if it's a situation, and you never know even in this situation, if it's a gun that's posted that's similar to the gun that was used, but you're completely innocent. You'd hate to fall in that predicament. But Pooh Shiesty, man, it looks like he tried to do the best thing he could by turning himself in. But lately, he's been having a lot of headlines and a lot of trouble in Florida because it seems like the last time he was in Florida, he had a situation in Polk County where he got pulled over and I think pulled on a warrant. And I'm not sure if that has to do with this case or not, but they might be directly, connected because who knows if he's made it back to court or talked to anybody, because according to this news story, they said him and the other guy who were in the story left on a private jet and, they hadn't talked to him since. I mean, that's what they're alleging and that's what they made it seem like. So Pooh Shiesty, man, it looks like the video, I mean, from my point of view, seems to save him because it doesn't look like he was doing anything like wrong. It looked like he pulled up and then as soon as everybody else did whatever they did or whatever happened or took place, he was just one of the people who were around. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think Pooh Shiesty had any involvement in this situation? Or is that video really shocking and crazy to see, man? All these high-end cars in a quote-unquote shootout. Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.